Yeah, yeah. What you stream preaching? Yeah. What you stream preaching? Tell me what you live teaching. Every post, every upload, every word reaching. Either building up souls or the whole thing leeching. What you stream preaching? What you stream? Tell me what your vibe feeding. God gave gifts, better watch how you lead with it. Mainline flow, yeah, the kingdom still breathing. Hey. Yeah, every time I hit go live, heaven watching me. Every camera got a purpose, ain't no stopping me. Used to think content was just jokes and popularity. Now I understand spiritually, there's accountability. What you upload, what you speak about, what type of energy your whole page leak about. These people sick mentally, spiritually bleeding out. And your platform might be the thing they receive from now. Some stream lust, some stream drama, some stream violence, confusion, trauma. Some stream death to the youth for commas. Whole generation lost inside the comments. But I ain't tryna preach fake perfect behavior. I'm just saying every platform need a savior. Cause algorithms train minds and shape nature. And influence nowadays bigger than when they drink preaching. Tell me what you live teaching. Every post, every upload, every word reaching. Either building up souls or the whole thing leeching. What you stream preaching? Tell me what your vibe feeding. God gave gifts, better watch how you lead with it. Mainline flow, yeah, the kingdom still breathing. Yeah, yeah, Mainline Radio. Yeah, we building a station. AI songs, live broadcasts, conversations. Create a conjunction hub for the nations. Kingdom-minded artists building collaborations. Submit your music, testimony, revelation. Blues, reds, different styles, same foundation. Still shouting God in the middle of innovation. Cause the spirit's still moving through creation. Bless them, Lord, that internet, real estate, digital property, ownership. Build a gate, everybody online, but they moving too late, still renting attention instead of building a space. Mainline Music Academy on school. Teach creators how to build and use tools. Not just viral trends trying to look cool, but content with purpose and structure too. Global watching patterns in the ecosystem. Tracking engagement while the creators build wisdom. Not replacing humans, just assisting a vision. Kingdom infrastructure with intention and rhythm. It's heaven God order, so we move strategic. Not just emotional movements every season. Broadcast with purpose for spiritual reasons. Cause somebody out there really needing this preaching. What you stream preaching? What your page feeding? What your page feeding?
My fault, y'all. My fault. I did that. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did that on purpose, man, to try to re-establish a better connection. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, when I turn this thing on, you know what I'm saying, we be able to get this thing back straight. Cause hey, real quick, I really was thinking about something, and I want to talk about this. You know, I want to talk about this. I feel like this is it's important, and it's like I just want to be transparent and I want to be honest. You know, we might have to take this all the way to, you know what? I haven't did this in a long time, but we might have to go right here. Oh, it is huge down there. Let me see that. Yikes. Don't run from the new you is crazy. Let me see on y'all. Let me see on real quick. Is that cool? Is that cool? Or is that like over? Is that like too much? Yeah, let's put that back down here. But yeah. Yeah, that's what I did not do. I didn't put up that thumbnail. Let's get this music back on real quick. We can talk about it real quick. We can talk about it real quick. Nah, Jack. Dang it. We rush through it, right? Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna put some of that good on for y'all. And that's another thing that's interesting with all of this is that it show you. So like this right here is what works. Okay. All right. All right. You know what? Let's do this real quick, right? I don't play games. And I think that's the issue. I don't play games very well. If I want to play a game, look, if I want to play a game, guess what I got right here? I got a controller. If I want to play a game, I have a PS5 controller, and that'd be the game that I want to play. Other than that, I don't play games with nobody. I'm sorry. I don't play games at all. I'm not trying to figure out no games. It's not a game. You know, I'm sorry to say it, but it's what broke and what poor people do all day. Broken poor people play, and I'm talking about broken and poor people play all day, play games all day. I don't play games at all. You know what I'm saying? And I had to say that. I needed to say that, bro. I needed to say that. I needed to say that. But you know what? You know what? Even though you ain't playing games, there's people who are intentionally trying to play games. Even though you ain't playing games, there's people who are intentionally trying to play games. And as I said, it's because they're broke, they're hurt, and they don't have they don't have the willpower to deal with reality. So, you know, they rather live with the illusionated way of living. Let me check this real quick though. Oh, that's what that was. They watching. That's what that was. They watching, huh?
Yeah. The Slicky Sloop.
Hold on, can I get a sound check real quick, man? Tell me how this sound, you know what I'm saying? That way we can shit, show that, hey, some of this is actually done live, you know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Hey, can I get a sound check real quick? Hey, mic check real quick. Mic check. Hold on, is it too loud? Let me know, is it too loud? Is it too loud? Hold on. Let me know, because right now it sounds like it's sounding real good. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey man, how y'all doing tonight, man? Hey, welcome to Mainline Radio, you know what I'm saying? And right now, I really want to talk to you guys about something. I feel like this is very important. I've been thinking about this, today. And I did want to, make sure that we can usher this thing in so we can just have this conversation, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully it can actually encourage somebody, throughout their day, you know what I'm saying? In case people going through something, and this can bring a little bit of clarity to you, because sometimes our thoughts are very intricate, and even though you're somewhere else, we're having the same thoughts, we're having the same war, the same mental battles and stuff like that. So but as you've seen up on the screen, man, I want to talk about, let's get right here, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to Mainline Radio, of course, but I want to talk about, do not run from the new you. You know what I'm saying? I think this is so important for us to understand ourselves, understand where we at, understand where we're going. And that way, I always say, each one teach one. That way we can actually reach back and teach somebody and help somebody, on their journey. Oh my God, did I pause it? You see, hold on. There we go. Hey, that beat right there be knocking though. Man, welcome to another Down to Earth podcast. Hey, check it out, man. I am the wonderful, beautiful, magnificent, glorious schizophrenic global Penti literature, aka Attention, better known as Reverend Dolce, man. Like I said, right now we want to talk to you about a few things, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully it can be encouraging and inspire you, you know what I'm saying, up on your day. Whenever you receive it, you can look back up on this and say, you know what? You're right about that. You know what I'm saying? This is a new person that I'm becoming. You know what? And I'm glad and I'm proud of the new person that I'm becoming, And I'm going to do everything to protect the peace, to protect the development of that new person that I am becoming, So, I want to put that up on your mind and up on your heart. You know what I'm saying? Do not run from the new you, So what's going on, family? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the main line. Check it out. If this is your first time here, welcome. Around here, hey, we like to talk about faith, behavior, AI content creation, family, purpose, and actually building something that outlives us. Then we talk about legacy, you know what I'm saying? Isn't that a good thing? We can come up with something that actually, you know what I'm saying, can outlive us. Something that we can reach back and we can pass on to the next generation from generation to generation. Come on, man. So look, today I want to encourage somebody who's been feeling a little uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? And it's not because you're doing something wrong. What I want you to understand is not because you're necessarily doing something wrong, but sometimes, change and growth, it can be uncomfortable, so let's go ahead and bring clarity to that. Because, right now, all we simply doing, hey, we praying for change. We want growth, we want growth, we want prosperity. We want, things that can inspire us and take us to generation to generation, from level to level, from this place to that place, from this setting to that setting, from that level to this level, from that height to that height, from glory to glory, amen. So therefore, when we understand when that change, when it do arrive, sometimes we become uncomfortable in it. And we the ones that sit back and we praying, we asking God to grow us. We asking God, hey, help me grow. Lord, help me grow. And then we become surprised when we don't recognize ourselves anymore, because, hey, I'm not doing some of the same things that I used to be doing. Some of the things that I was inspired by, some of the things that was very influential to me. Some of the behaviors that I was exhibiting. Them things no longer, they don't inspire me because I have grown from that. So therefore, let's not run from the new you and let's not run back to the new you. Let's let growth take its proper development, take its proper... Hey, man. And then, we sit back and we say, hey, you know what? Maybe that's exactly what was supposed to happen, Sometimes the problem, it comes, with too much comfort. Think about it. Every promotion, it feels uncomfortable because it's going to a level that we're not used to. We're not accustomed to this level. You get what I'm trying to say? Every new business, sometimes it feels like it's uncomfortable. Every new relationship, sometimes it feels like it's uncomfortable. Every new ministry, every new career, y'all not hearing me, man. We're talking about uncomfortability that it's going to take for us to be able to grow, to recognize that we are going to a new place. We're not the same person who we used to be. So do not run from the new you. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some development. It's going to take some perseverance. It's going to take some enduring. Come on. Every new relationship, every new ministry, every new career, even becoming a better husband, a better wife, a better father, a better mother, it all takes change. It's up under development, So we want to make sure that we keeping very firm. We hold on tight to not running from the new us. Say, I accept the new me. I'm proud to understand me at a new level. I'm proud to understand me at a new dimension. I'm proud of these things. And you don't weep, for what was yesterday. You don't cry up over spilled milk or what I used to have. Come on. Those things, and think about it. Sometimes we talk about things that they don't feel natural at first. Growth, sometimes they don't feel natural. Why? Because your old habits were practiced thousands of times. You've been in a recycling period practicing some of these old habits. So therefore, they feel very comfortable to you because it's repetition. It is habitual. It's something that you're used to do. It's something that you're used to doing. So your new habits, they have become only practiced a handful of times. So don't mistake unfamiliar for wrong. Sometimes unfamiliar is simply its growth. The old version of you knew exactly how to react. The new version of you, that's what has to stop. It says think. The new version of you, it says, hey, let me stop. Let me think about this. Let me recalculate this. Hey, let me get things, together because I'm starting to think of some of the antecedents. I'm starting to think of some of the behavior. I want to know what some of the potential consequences could be if I continue going on the way that I'm used to going on. Because, like you say, only a sick dog returns back to its own vomit. You get what I'm trying to say? Only a sick dog returns back to its own vomit. Nothing is wrong. What they say, insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So we need to sit back, we need to think. You say, you know what? The new version of me, it will stop some things and it will take some place for me to sit back and reevaluate my decision. I might need to pray a little bit longer. I might need to respond a little bit differently. That's what growth is. You get what I'm trying to say? Let's go ahead and take this from man, look it. This is one thing that I love about behavior analysis. You know what I'm saying? Applied behavior. This is one thing that I love about ABA. See, in ABA, we don't expect lasting behavior to change after one lesson. We know that it's going to take time. We're going to have to read the data. We're going to have to go through a lot of different decisions. There's going to be a lot of different changes. These are things that we're going to have to do, We understand that learning happens through repetition, practice, reinforcement, and consistency. So when a learner is acquiring a new skill, we don't just say, hey, they failed because they didn't master it on the first attempt. We know that we got to keep teaching. We got to keep adjusting. We got to keep, putting our approach out there. We got to keep our reinforcement in progress. Now think about it. In your own life. Think about this right here in your own life. Sometimes we expect ourselves to instantly become patient, and it don't happen. Don't come down upon yourself because you're going through a situation. You feel like, hey, I could have handled that situation a little bit different. I could have did this differently. So now you're sitting there, you're mad and you angry because you done made the most maturest decision in a time of refining, in a time when you're being learned, you're changing, you're learning a new person. So accept the growth. Because instantly, you have to understand that growth, that process, discipline just doesn't happen overnight. You gotta practice at this thing. You gotta work at this thing, right? Instantly, old habits, they can stop. That's once you become mature and you recognize the same patterns. But if you don't recognize the same behavior, the same patterns, you're gonna find yourself in the same situation and you like, how did I get here? Most of the time you recognize, how did I get here? Because you didn't give yourself the chance to say, you know what? I see this before it even comes. And I don't have to deal with it in the midst of it. I can deal with it before I find myself in the middle of it. You get what I'm trying to say? Come on, y'all. But behavior, right? Behavior, it changes over time through repeated choices. That means we're going to have to repeatedly, constantly practice in some of these decisions that we're making. Every day you choose differently. You strengthening a new pattern of a new behavior that you are developing, which is that new person that you got to make sure that you are not running from. Say, okay, I accept the growth. I understand the growth. I understand it's a process. I'm not going to come down upon myself. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to sit back and look at everything that I can try to do. No, I'm going to face it in maturity and say, you know what? I'm still learning. I'm still growing. So whether you're building a better relationship or becoming a healthier learner, of AI tools, creating content, or growing spiritually, those repeated decisions, they actually do matter. Growth isn't just one giant leap. It's thousands of small choices stacked together. That means, repeatedly, it's like a stacking, it's like a building block. You gotta build you a good, strong foundation. So that then you'll be able to see that tower being built right there before you actually begin to put a little bit more in, a little bit more become stacked up on that pile. But if you're not putting no more in on that pile, you're not stacking. A little bit of money in the bank one day it will amount to something. But you gotta be putting money in the bank every single day if you want to see your savings stack. Come on, we talking about learning yourself through the eyes of God. One thing that I've been realizing, right, is sometimes we're still introducing ourselves using an old version of us. Oh, that's so strong. Sometimes we are introducing ourselves using an old version of us. Look at it. What we are saying is this, meeting or trying to, establish a relationship with somebody, you want them to know who you used to be. Because that's how you feel like, you can make a connection with the person. So that's how you feel like there's familiarity that's being brought into the situation. But that ain't what the new person is becoming. I only want to represent myself of who I'm destined to be, who I'm coming to be, who, my future. I don't want you to be looking at me of anything that has to do with my past. You know why? Because he was immature and he was undeveloped. So one thing, that's what I'm realizing. God, he already knows the finished work. And we still talking about the rough draft. God already understands the finished work. God already understands the finished work. And here we is sitting here still talking about what the rough draft says. He already sees the purpose. We're still looking at mistakes. He's already seeing the color. We're still focused on failures. Maybe that's why faith is so important, because faith allows us to walk toward something before everyone, including ourselves, can fully see it. And this is important. This is what's going to help us develop and grow, strengthen into the person that God has maturely called us to be, okay? So the uncomfortable feeling, it may simply be your own identity losing influence. This stuff right here is important to you guys. You guys need to get this. If you want to go to the next level, that means there was a passage of scripture in the Bible where God said, look it, as I'm telling you to move forward and grow forward, do not look back. And that person that looked back, what happened to that person who looked back? Sometimes God is just telling you to look forward. You don't have to look back and try to recognize yourself with who you were, previously. The things that I used to do, the things that I used to have. Amen. And that's what I'm saying, starting to grow and starting to see yourself through the eyes of God. Because some of them things right there, you know what? They're weight on you. There are things that you're holding on to that's in the past that's holding you down. And you need to let that go. It's nothing but a weight. It's sin. It's negativity. It's the past that you don't want no part of. You have to let that go. And then all of a sudden you feel like, when you look at the person in the mirror, you like, hey, I don't even really know the person in the mirror, because you know what? Here I am giving this falsified pretense illusion of a person, a character of who I used to be. That was a character. We talking about dealing with yourself in the reality of who you truly is. Not becoming no fake person. We talking about being transforming, yes, transformed by the renewing of the mind. This is important, y'all. We talking about building with Mainline. Make sure y'all stay good. Make sure that y'all definitely stay with me. Look at it. Building with Mainline. So look at it. Let me talk about a little bit on how we are building. And that's, what we're actually doing right now in the process, this very moment. This is what Mainline is about. This is what we're doing. Where we are a community where we can strengthen, and we can encourage, and we can build, and we can uplift one another, day to day. So that's how we're building Mainline. This isn't just about a platform. This is not about another live stream. This isn't just about another social media page. This is talking about really building a community, a place where creators can learn, families can grow, behavior professionals can share knowledge, where people can discover AI without feeling left behind. Musicians can be heard, businesses can be supported, people can encourage one another instead of competing with one another. Communities are not built overnight, neither are movements. Movements are built upon conversation, relationships, one stream, one act of consistency at a time. And if you're watching today, you are part of that foundation, and I need you guys to understand this, okay? We're talking about building a community, right? Working together for each other, being a part of a body in unison, conjoined together. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear what I'm trying to say? Come on, man. Welcome to the Mainline. Look at real quick, in closing, look at my challenge. We always got to end this thing with a challenge. So in closing, my challenge for you guys this week, check it out. But my challenge for you guys this week is this right here, right? Do not run back to what's familiar just because it's comfortable. Did y'all hear me? Do you need me to repeat that for somebody in the back who did not hear that? Do not run back to the old you just because it's comfortable. You gotta get uncomfortable when it comes to you getting some growth, growing some muscle, being able to sustain, being able to, to tour, being able to, hey, take off some of these things, take back. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep serving, keep creating, keep growing. We're talking about things that's going to be important, that's going to keep you. And when I say, hey, look it, you might be feeling uncomfortable. Instead of saying, I'm feeling uncomfortable, say, hey, you know what? I don't recognize that anymore. Try and say, maybe God is introducing me to the person he has always intended for me to become. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Welcome to this Mainline Radio. And look it. make sure, you know what I'm saying, as we are building community, invite somebody to the community, because together we are not just creating content, we're building people. And yes, people build people. People are the building. We are building a good, strong foundation, okay? So everything has to have a chance to grow. This is definitely, you know what I'm saying, bless the Lord. Y'all welcome, to the stream, man. Make sure that y'all stay good, stay blessed. I am Reverend Doche, you know what I'm saying? But we did have to make sure that we stand together with this, Make sure that we, putting this thing all the way together, man. This is Mainline Radio, part movement. Y'all stay good, stay blessed, man. Reverend Doche out.